continuing with the Emerson L122. I changed these two capacitors here. They are, well, one of them is B plus bypass capacitor, and the other one was kind of in the way, so I just decided to change them both. Put a new cord on it, and what I did was I tried to keep it away from this big resistor because this is going to get pretty hot. Put a knot here, and then I put one on the outside, so it's not going to be moved around. That'll be fine. Now this is a used cord. You know, if you have an old appliance you're throwing out or anything, cut the cord off of it and just keep the cord, because you never know. I mean, this one's not perfect, but you know, it beats spending, you know, I have this roll here of brown cord, and it used to be about $11, $12, and with all these price increases on everything, I'm paying about $20 for that roll. And the plugs, so I used to use these plugs, I still have some around. They were about $1.50. Now they're about $5. So I've started shopping around. I found some other plugs that work, but you know, I don't think they look as nice. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, but you know, me being picky. Anyway, prices have gone up, so yeah, creative and find ways to reuse old stuff. So the next step here is going to figure out the connections to the speaker. Then we can power it up, see if it works. Assuming it works, I can finish with the rest of the capacitors. I checked a few of these resistors, and they're pretty close. I mean, they're not far off. So usually 20%-ish, I just leave it. All right, we've got the speaker connected. I taped off the field coil wires here, not to each other, of course. I took the old field coil out of circuit. If you look down here, you can see the humbucking coil comes to this point and that point. So the speaker is actually connected. This speaker is connected between here and here. There's no point in using that coil. It's, you know, not going to do anything. So for now, I've just used the old attachment points. I've connected the speaker across the direct lines out of the output transformer. Well, it's that time now. We're going to try powering this up. So I have the one side of the meter hooked up to the other side of the resistor, so that would be the end of the field coil. So that should give us our B+. This little contraption here, I built this dim bulb tester. So I've got, this is quite something here, but it's a dim bulb tester with a, I believe it's a 100-watt light bulb. It is connected to a isolation transformer, which you should always have when working on a transformerless radio. Now this has a transformer, but it's not a bad thing to have. And I have it hooked up to this variac here, this is all very temporary and kind of a mess, but you know, it's a small workbench. I just can't leave everything on here all the time. So that's what I've got. Other side of the meter hooked to chassis, ground, of course. So what we're going to be looking for is we are going to be looking for B+. First thing I'm going to do, turn the power on here. Turn the power on the variac. And let's go to 10 volts. You should see the light bulb coming on just a little. We do. Let's go to 25. Now we're getting some DC voltage here. This is good. Now what we don't want is we don't want the light bulb to light up all the way. But so far it looks okay. We're getting some B+, some good B+, 87 volts at 50 volts. Should hear something soon. Volume's up pretty high. And oh, we've got sound, all right. Well, usually motorboating is sign of bad filters, but they're brand new. So I left a bunch of paper caps in here. We've got one over here, 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 here. I think that's it. I think it's actually just 4. Motorboating can be a lot of different things. Like I said before, it's usually the filter caps, but these are brand new. It could be shielding. It could be one of these shields is not on all the way or not making good contact. That's possible too. It's kind of impossible to troubleshoot when you've got parts that you know are certainly bad. Easiest thing here, I think, is to change them out, retest the radio. We know a couple things. We have good B+. We know that our output transformer over here is working. We know that our speaker's working. So we already know quite a bit. So I changed the rest of those capacitors. Got the speaker hooked up again. We've got the same situation in case, you know, I introduced a short or something. And we're gonna take it up slowly and see what happens. So let's start with 10 volts. Okay. I'm about 25 now. 65. 70 volts. Motorboating is gone. Don't know what band I'm on. Audio section is working. Let's try tuning. Gotta get this dial string replaced. We have audio section working. Should be getting some stations though. If you look over here, see that wire that's on that resistor? It looks like the coil came apart. Well, it's supposed to be soldered there, and it doesn't look like it is. Seems like the oscillator's not working, and this is the oscillator coil. So I'm going to try and resolder that and see if it fixes it. So I soldered that back, both sides, both up here and this one here. You know, I might put some glue on it. Well, let's just see if it works.
Delays because of earlier signal trouble on the E, F, M, and R trains and the BMW trains. Those remain suspended all week long. 6, 7, and J trains, no diamonds anymore. They're all circles this week. No express. It is all local. Next traffic update.